Massive win for the Steelers over the Ravens. It seems like the Steelers are just Lamar Jackson's kryptonite, Steve.
Cover your ears, Smitty. Smitty, cover your ears.
What do we got, bobblehead?
We're just covering little Smitty's ears. He doesn't want to.
Little Smitty doesn't want to hear this, but since Russell Wilson has taken over, we've seen an explosion of George Pickens, their number one wide receiver, Steve. Big Steve can hear this, little Steve can't.
Oh, don't watch.
What have we seen from George Pickens since Russell Wilson has taken over? Has he been a different player, or is it just he's getting more opportunities with the football?
Been in the comments a little bit more than I like. John, our producer, tells me, Steve, stay out of the comments. But I love going in the comments because, one, I want to tell you that I'm paying attention. And two, I would like to say, first of all, I don't hate Russell Wilson. I don't hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dislike as a whole because of my relationship with the Baltimore Ravens? Yes. Part of the rivalry that I was part of for 3 years, and it was dope. Loved it. Hell, I even broke my transversal processor, so I got some hardware back there to know what's going on. Timmons knocked the bones off my back before. But I also have a lot of respect for Coach Tomlin. He's a no-nonsense coach. He will allow you to succeed or fail based on your actions, not based on his opinion. And I love what this team is looking at. Justin Fields won 4 games for them. Russell Wilson has won 4 games for him, 8-2. Surprisingly, this defense is all over, but George Pickens has done a fantastic job. 12 targets last week, 8 receptions, 89 yards. Ooh. He was on the field 68 plays. In the slot 11, 57 of the 68 plays he was out wide. Did a really good job of spreading the ball around, getting there. Russell Wilson did a good job of getting the ball out quick, but also at times kind of going off schedule. Got himself in trouble a little bit, trying to scramble sometimes. But it was pretty much the game that we all expect when the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers play, which is it's a lot of action, but not a lot of points. Mm-hmm. The difference, though, is Mr. Automatic wasn't automatic. Justin Tucker, 1 field goal, missed 3. Obviously, both guys had interceptions, but the difference, the Baltimore Ravens had 2 lost fumbles. Mm-hmm. They did a really good job. The game plan was outstanding, execution. And again, Patrick Queen was all over the place. Again, he wasn't amped up even more. He was just being more consistent of what he has been throughout his career. In my humble opinion, I believe that the Baltimore Ravens are missing the kind of player that Patrick Queen was and what he presented. And it's just been a little bit different. But hats off to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They played a hell of a game. They took care of the football, defense. And one of the biggest things I walked away from, the Steelers did a really good job of limiting the explosive runs by Derrick Henry that we're used to seeing. The game plan was there. Did a really good job on Zay Flowers, made him ineffective. He went almost 2 full quarters without getting a target. Russell Wilson was on fire. George Pickens, he makes things go for Pittsburgh. And it's just becoming more and more apparent that the offense in the passing game goes through him. He can make a short pass into a big gain. He can make a contested catch into a touchdown. He's very problematic for the defense because no matter how you have him covered, he will go up for the football and most likely come down with it.
Steve, I'm curious if we're seeing that his skill set, and we talked last week about the addition of Mike Williams and his specific skill set and why that works so well with Russell Wilson, his particular set of skills. How about George Pickens, to quote Liam Neeson's particular set of skills? Does that fit Russell Wilson's skill set really well? Because he's averaging over 91 yards a game since Russ took over. He's got 10 catches over 30 yards. He leads the NFL in that sense. He's had 5 of them since Russ took over, and that's 5 in 4 games. And when I kind of talk to other receiver coaches around the league, he's really good with late hands, turns his head late, stays on his route.
Great body control.
Body control, stays on his line, I'm told, in what he wants. He goes where he wants. He dictates it in terms of those contested balls. Do all of those things just align with the way Russ throws that ball that we're seeing this success? But I was also told by people in Pittsburgh, he's been open all year. That this isn't a new thing about him being open.
I've never heard a wide receiver ever come off to the sideline and say, "Hey, man, that corner clamped me down." Like that, you. Oh,
I'm not saying it's from the receiver himself. I was saying it's from,
I know, but I mean, he runs really good routes. What I think benefits George Pickens the most with Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson does, in my opinion, doesn't throw to check downs as frequent as Justin Fields does. Justin Fields will be staring all day and then throw the check down, or he throws it late. Russell likes to throw the intermediate, 15 and plus football because that's where he really gets cooking. He doesn't really do a good job, again, in my opinion, of sometimes taking what the defense gives him, Russ. He sometimes will bypass the first down to go for the explosive play. I've seen that. I noticed that, and that's benefiting them tremendously. That's why they're 8-2, and that's why Russ is taking his team where they are.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch. I was talking to somebody the other day, Steve, that said, I'm curious if Russ is going to continue to play exactly how Arthur Smith wants him to play and stay directly in his lane, because we have seen him, deviate from that in the past. It happened in Denver. He wanted to do X, Y, and Z. Weren't really his strong suits, but he wanted to do them. But then this person said, I think he is going to continue to do exactly what Arthur says, which I think is best for the Pittsburgh Steelers and best for this offense, and stay exactly there, because this might be it. This might be the last shot. And if he doesn't succeed here, what happens next for Russ? So he is going to be all ears. He is going to listen, unlike tiny little Smitty.
So let me ask you, based off right now, if the season ended, has Russ earned an extension? Is Russ the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward?
What's going on? James Palmer here, and let's get real for a second. You see the underdog graphics flying in and out of the show 89 with Steve Smith and myself. Well, you're probably wondering, what are these? Well, what they are is it gives you an opportunity to participate, to start playing. You can use the promo code UD89. You can scan the QR code and you can start playing instantly. Dive right in and you can win $1,000 bonus cash like that. You just got to pick higher or lower. So remember, scan that QR code. Use that promo code UD89. What we do here at 89, we give you analysis, we give you breakdowns, we give you the news. We love that you're here. We love that you're watching us and hanging out with us. But now, when you do this, you get an opportunity to find out if we actually know what we're talking about. I don't know if he's earned an extension, Steve. He didn't play great in this game. He went 23 of 36 for 205, no touchdowns and interception.
So they're going to say you're a hater now. The Pittsburgh Steelers fans going to say you're a hater.
Okay, a bad interception in the end zone. Did not play great last week against the Commanders either, but he made a play when he had to make a play.
Now, I read the comments. The comments. People said that he is, fourth quarter, he's 67, 69%. Quarterback. He played great.
Listen, that's been his MO his whole career. Nobody's going to argue that he hasn't been a great fourth quarter quarterback. That he doesn't have some fourth quarter magic to him. He does. And you saw that even in Denver last year when they struggled as an offense that didn't really fit between play caller and quarterback. He still had that fourth quarter magic. It's still there. What did happen in this game that I'm curious about moving forward, and I would say in most instances, Steve, around the league, with 31 other head coaches, they probably wouldn't even contemplate doing it, but I think Mike T would. Who did we see play in this game a little bit?
Ooh, Justin Fields.
Did we see Justin Fields on the field a little bit?
Just a little bit.
See Justin Fields just a little bit more? Particularly
I'm
maybe
not sure,
in the
'cause I'm a
red
hater.
zone?
I'm a hater. I don't know.
I mean, would you be surprised? I'm going like this. I don't know if you're a hater. Would you be surprised if Mike T put them both on the field at the same time? Put Fields in red zone situations at sometimes with the threat running? I wouldn't put anything past Mike Tomlin.
Here's the funny thing
about
games. Here's the thing about Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin does some stuff that you just don't expect, right?
Yes.
I was at his training camp, and TJ Watt was blowing up the offense. I'm talking about blowing up the offense.
Yeah.
Coach Steve says, hey, does anybody want to block number 90 today? Because he's here to play. I was like, oh, my gosh. He was talking to the offense as if the offense, he wasn't part of that tean. Yeah, he was like,
somebody else's offense.
Y'all going to stop that man? y'all going to do something about him?
Yep.
Look, I'm going to stay in the comments because I love I've kind of getting used to it. It's giving me an opportunity to go be Carmen Sandiego, go find Waldo. Let me go find some things that I can say, okay, I agree. Oh, hey, I disagree. Yeah. Right? But then I also give me an opportunity to say, man, I'm not hating on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just analyzing because that's my job. I have to come in there with devil's advocate or what if, because it's a long season and things change. Look at the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans look like the team that's going to mollywop everybody. Man, the Houston Texans are up and down.
Yes.
Look at the Cowboys.
Yep.
Up and down.
I'll say this, for the Steelers, as much as you can critique maybe is this offense sustainable, they're making big plays when they have to make big plays. It's working out. The defense is outstanding. They're faster than they've been in years past, which I think is another added element to them. And they've beaten a league-high 5 teams over 500. I mean, what's the point of this game, Steve? To win football games, and they're doing that right now.
You play the game to win.
They got the Browns, Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals left. So there's still a lot of big teams on that schedule the rest of the way out.
Cleveland is looking interesting.
Jameis throw for them another 400.
Hey, Jameis back in Secret Santa again. Christmas time is coming. Here comes Jameson. Here comes Jameson. Ha, 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 ha.
Poor Jameis catching a stray.
Hey, no one, and I'm telling you, no one when AG89 is on the mic is safe. Nobody. Hide your kids, because I'm out of the office.
Oh, my God.